Welcome to today's installment of Pitching with Petey, Punt. On today's edition, we have ace right-hander from the Northern State University Wolves, Ronnie Doubleday. Take it over.
Petey Punt here. I'm here with former two-time All-American, four-time All-Conference. His senior year, he was second-team All-Galaxy. Ronnie Doubleday. Ronnie, how's it going?
It's great to be here, Coach Punt. I love your show. Watch it every week. It's a pleasure, man.
All right. Ronnie is going to start by showing off a couple different styles of pitches.
All right, so the first pitch that I'm going to explain to you guys out there, all you little kids, is one that you should, the first pitch that you should really, hone if you're going to become a pitcher, and that's the four-seam fastball. So if you come in here and look at the grip, four-seam fastball, I'm going to be right across the laces with my first two fingers. My thumb is going to be right underneath the baseball, splitting these two fingers. And when I throw this ball, I'm going to finish straight through. Okay, straight through. This is going to be your hardest pitch. It's going to be your most accurate pitch. You're going to live and die by the four-seam fastball, okay? Now, the second pitch I'm going to show you is what's called the changeup. And personally, I throw what's called the circle changeup. And if you come in here and see the grip, I'm going to have these two fingers right here go across the horseshoes like so. Okay? Going to pull it right back in against my palm like so. And then it's automatically going to make a circle between my pointer and my thumb. Now what this pitch is going to do is it's going to look like a fastball out of the hand, like a four-seam fastball. But because I have it gripped like this and inside my palm like that, it's going to be a lot slower and it's going to die. So when I throw it, my wrist is going to turn over like this. And that's going to make the ball go like this, down and away to left-hand hitters, down and in to right-handed hitters. Okay?
Now, Ronnie, I haven't seen a turnover that good since my grandma's apple turnovers that she made when I was a little lad.
Oh, that's great, Coach Pete. All right, so first two pitches, fastball, four-seam fastball, and the circle changeup. They're my bread and butter. They're my first two pitches. I love them. My third pitch is going to be what's called the two-seam fastball. Now the two-seam fastball is going to look like it's like a four-seam fastball, but the grip's a little different. What you're going to do is if you come in here and look at the grip, you see this alley between the seams. You're going to put both your fingers, your first two fingers together in those alleys. Okay, you're going to go with the seams. Your thumb is still going to be right underneath your two fingers, just like the four-seam. But what you're going to do with this pitch is going to be a lot like how you finish with the changeup. Your wrist is going to come over like this, and you're going to put run on that ball. And what that ball will do is it will tail away, if you're a right-handed pitcher, it'll tail away from left-handed hitters, and it'll tail in to right-handed hitters. Now this is a good pitch to throw when you've been throwing your four-seam fastball all day long. You've been striking guys out, all that. You're getting to the 7th, 8th, 9th inning. You need to mix it up. I like to mix in the two-seam. Now, my fourth and final pitch is one that I'm sure all you young kids want to be able to throw, like Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. He's known for it. It's that big looping curveball. Now, for a curveball, what you want to do, or what I do personally, is I see this inside of the horseshoe right here. I put my middle finger right on that. That's going to be my pressure finger, okay? And then my pointer finger is going to lay right on top of that middle finger. My thumb is going to be on the inside seam of the bottom, okay? Now, it's very vital. There are many different grips for a curveball, but it's very vital of how you release it. Now, when you release a curveball, you're going to come up like this, and once you get to your release point up here, it's what we call in the baseball business as pulling the lampshade. Okay? You got that, Coach Punt?
I got that.
You're going to pull the lampshade down. And as you pull the lampshade down, the ball is going to go up like this, and it's going to have spin, and it's going to be a big looping, what we call 12 to 6 curveball, 12 to 6 on a clock. Okay? So it's a good breaking ball. Obviously, if you're throwing a lot of fastballs, a lot of changeups, a lot of that stuff, obviously there's a little movement, a little tail here and there, but throwing that breaking ball, you're going to have your hitters off balance, they're going to be out front, all that good stuff if you can throw a good breaking ball and mix it in. Now, one thing I'll say about the breaking ball is it's vital for you young kids not to start throwing too many of these. Alright, I didn't start throwing a breaking ball until I was probably 13, 14 years old, because it can be hard on your elbow, especially when you're still growing those ligaments and all that in there. So really, to take away from this lesson, if you're young, if you're under 13, 14 years old, really hone in on that four seam, getting that grip down, really getting that change-up grip down. Those are going to be your bread and butter. As you get older, then you can get to that curveball, get comfortable with that, and you're just going to become that much more of a pitcher. All right, so those are my 4 pitches today that I have. I really appreciate you inviting me to the show, Coach Punt. As I said before, I watch it every week. You got any more questions for me?
Can't blame you. I think you explained all that real well.
All
Thank
right,
you very much.
I'll give you this Parmesan pellet here.
Oh.
I'll get it autographed for you after the show. All right.
That would be great. If I could get one for a couple of my nieces and nephews too.
Absolutely, man. Anything you want. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you for coming.
That's all for today, folks. Thank you again to Ronnie Doubleday, and make sure to tune in next week where Cesar Sanchez is guest on Pitching with Petey.